Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my model horse fences. So let's get started. You will find all the materials for this video in the description below, as well as the links. I'm starting out with some measurements, deciding how tall I want this fence to be. I'll be cutting these pieces outside on the miter saw, but if you don't want to use power tools, a handsaw would work just as well. You will probably notice that they didn't all come out the same size. That's okay, just as long as we know which ends of these posts are the bottom and which ends are the top. Marking the bottom ends will help me keep things straight. The style of wooden fence that I imagined is more rustic, with rough edges and a worn, ranch-type look. So I am just carving the clean edges off and giving them a quick sanding. Much better, I think. Reminds me of posts that I've seen some years and many equine residents. My first instinct was to cut these round dowels down to an appropriate size, so I rubber banded them all together to be cut all at once. I cut 12 round dowels for every 4 square posts. Next, I cut some pieces for the gate opening. I like to structure it this way because it's more solid. When marking where to secure the dowels, I am making certain that they will all be placed symmetrically. This is really crucial to the method I am using to put this fence together. I will show you why here shortly. I could keep things simple and just glue these pieces all together. Hot glue works well, but a good wood glue or fast bonding craft glue is ideal. This is about how it would look if I was to go with this route. But I am planning to gift a lot of the things that I make, so I want to make this fence as strong as I can. I found a drill bit that is the same diameter as the dowels. They will fit quite snugly into a hole drilled at this size. Careful to drill exactly where I marked with pencil, I am drilling into a square post. Turning it around the corner, I am now drilling into the side. This will make a corner post. For these middle posts, I drilled clear through with a slightly larger drill bit. I decided that using whole, uncut dowels would just be a more durable option, less likely to break if dropped or something. I tested things out and was happy with how nicely it all fit together. This next step involves keeping everything put. I found a drill bit the same diameter as some tough baling wire that I have. I cut some short pieces to use as joints that will secure the dowels and posts together. I could have used nails, but the nails that I have are either too long or too short, so this is the compromise. Drilling into the wood just slightly will keep it from splitting. Then, I used some pliers to hammer the wire into the fence. It looks nice, I think. And I feel confident in how sturdy it will be. I also made some intersectional posts for cross fencing, because I want this fence to be customizable and interchangeable. Drilling all the way through, then drilling all the way through again, turns this piece into the perfect intersection. Connecting this piece enables me to build out this way, or this way. So if I ever want to expand this set, I will be able to set it up however I want. This is how I made the standard fence lines for this method. Easy to plug in wherever I want. Here, here, or here. Endless cross-fencing possibilities. Alright, so now I'm working on the gate. These pieces are actually made of bamboo. Link below, of course. I ended up cutting 11 pieces all at the same length to make the foundation of the gate. Then started adding supporting pieces. With all of the cutting and gluing done, I am ready to sand down the rough edges. After all the pokey bits are smoothed down, I am filling in the edges of this gate with stainable wood filler. Once it's all dry, I am sanding it down again. You can see how nicely it's all filled in and solid looking. Much better. Now, I'm going to create hinges to hang the gate on. After measuring where they'll go, I get started cutting and bending my wire into the right shape. I made 2 tiny hinges and pins. I always rough up the parts that will be glued into the wood so the glue has something to cling to. I carefully drilled the holes for the pins, then glued them into the gate. Next, I pressed the prongs of the hinges into the wood where they would go. This will leave an impression, showing me where to drill the holes. I didn't drill all the way. Hammering these hinges into the wood will make them far more sturdy. I don't know. This might be the most satisfying part for me. Okay, so next, I'm making the gate latch. I found some really tough modeling wire that was just lying around in the shed and hammered one end of it flat on a vise. I then snipped some of the flat pieces off and curled them into shape. This was the hard part, shaping the wire into a latch. You can't tell because I methodically cut out all of the footage of me struggling, but it really was obnoxious and difficult. A certain member of our house can attest to all the complaining I did. Once I got it all lined out, I began placing the other pieces where they should go. After drilling out the assigned location, I hammered the piece in and glued it. I was more careful when I was adding these pieces to the gate. Somehow I forgot to film that part. But here it is, all functional and everything. I turned my attention to finishing the whole fence piece for the gate. I messed up on gluing the top piece on, so had to drill out some holes to hammer in nails. Next, I wanted to hammer in some little nails to make it look authentic. I used an awl to poke holes for the nails, then hammered them in. These are purely for looks in this case, as they serve no real purpose. This is Provincial Wood Stain from Minwax. I love this color and will probably use it a lot in the future. Okay, maybe this is the most satisfying part of the project. I did get some stain on the hardware, but it was easy to wipe off. Stick around for the second part of this video where I quickly show you how I made pasture fencing. Welcome to part 2. As you can see, I cut out some more pieces, but let's skip ahead. Now that they're nice and carved, I'm poking a hole into the top of one piece. It makes a nice starting place for the drill bit. Reviewing the footage, I think maybe I should have worn leather gloves for this or used some kind of hand protection. Oh well, no harm done. I drilled about 1.5 inches. You'll see where this is going in a second. In gluing things down, I realized that I needed to have some overhang. When I join the stretches of fence together, this will hide the adjoining post. This time, the little nails actually serve a purpose in creating a stronger joint between the wood. Also, I just think they look really nice. I use the same gate making method, but decided to play around with a new, easier latch idea. I can't really decide which fence I like better, but let me know which is your favorite in the comments. I do know that this method is decidedly easier, but decidedly less sturdy, more for display than use. But I have to admit it connects together so nice and smoothly. Thanks for watching! I'll see you for the next model horse project.